Limited access to birth control methods and sexual miseducation continues to leverage the occurrences of adolescent childbearing to a rate of 24 babies per hour over the last decade.
A local study on Filipino male youth concludes that a low level of communication, meaning little to no parental discourse on topics of contraception, sexual risks and diseases, and sex in general leads to earlier unguided sexual experiences even before the legal age of 18. Moreover, regardless of the Filipino youth making use of condoms during intercourse, about 48% revealed that they have more than one sexual partner at a time, thus increasing the risk of sexually transmitted infections, also known as STIs.
Sexuality, in a general context, is perceived as ambivalent by traditional societies that actively attempt to censor the established phenomena, ultimately tagging sex as taboo. The Philippines, conventional and more so majorly devout Catholic endure such beliefs, they impede her enactment to the proper addressal of the subject of sex, in that there are limitations to the extent of discussion and practice of healthful sexual activity.
In irony, in a survey organized by leading pornographic website Pornhub, the Philippines ranked amongst the top 10 user countries worldwide, and that Filipinos spend the highest average time of porn consumption with 13 minutes.
Having an improved knowledge on subjects regarding STIs such as HIV or AIDS have been proven effective in bringing better sexual practices. Among young Filipino women, there was an increase of condom use and limited sexual activity. Similar results may lessen government spending on the fight against STIs and teenage pregnancy.
The Young Adult Fertility and Sexuality Study, or YAFS of 2013, reports that only 10% of Filipino parents communicate about sex and sexuality with their children.
Taliktik is here to change all of this. Taliktik is a hypernarrative storybook and RPG game on sexual health decisions, starring a Filipino teenage character that explores the ins and outs of healthy and healthful sexual education. It is produced by teens for teens, and with the guidance from medical and educational experts.
I am Denise Micaela Bonuel.
I am Maria Martina Cobres.
I am Jomer Ian Haban.
I'm Sean Reynon. And
We
We
are
are
the
the
minds
minds behind Taliktik.
Taliktik is a play at the words talik or sex and saliksik or research. The resulting portmanteau, taliktik, is candidly translated as well-learned sex. Recalling the dilemma of taboo on sex here in the country, Taliktik wishes to address this by conditioning Filipinos on healthy and healthful sex education and practices as early as adolescence.
Intermediate students studying reproductive health in their respective biology class are given primary access to Taliktik. To download the game, players can proceed to taliktik.com, a website that is tailored to a step-by-step procedure of acquiring Taliktik.
Once downloaded, sex education students are able to enjoy the game offline, at home accomplished with the guidance of their parents, at their friend's house during a sleepover, or in school with the influencing knowledge of their teachers.
Taliktik takes up the story of a girl named Dian Masalanta who struggles with her lack of knowledge in sex, especially now that she's romantically inclined and a curious teen at a time where hormones are bloom. She consults with her friends, family, and the internet and gauges her choices.
Taliktik is divided into 3 chapters, with each concentrating on expounding the subjects of pre, peri, and post-sexual activity. The hypernarrative branches out to lessons with subtopics and interactive minigames employed to test the decision-making of players, the results to a positive attitude towards sex.
With Taliktik, everyone is driven to understand sex properly from agencies of education, parenting, to health. As we see the implementation of Taliktik in schools, students as well as parents and teachers will be compelled to communicate about sex. That results into the abolition of the enduring taboo on the subject.
Taliktik is available for download on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Get the game now at taliktik.com.